Hi, well, welcome to a latest update on all the developments around AI. I thought we would start with the hot topic of the day, which is all around AI and the impact on search. And in 2026, we're already seeing continued shift. So we're now seeing that 60% of all searches are clickless. That means people don't click through to visit the website. They just take the content in the AI overview or in the AI search result. And astonishingly, we're seeing that 50% of all internet traffic is now through bots. So not that internet usage by humans has gone down, but obviously usage by AI bots has increased extortionately. So it really is ever more important that you publish your content to be discoverable for AI and AI search engines. And you really can make a huge difference if you code the content right, publish it correctly, and tag it. In a recent report that we published, we saw 100% accuracy within 7 minutes of publication. So it really shows how rapidly AI picks up new content if you publish it in the right way. The other development related to that is, of course, the release of AI browsers. So we've already seen Comet and Atlas, not getting huge amounts of traction at the moment from what we're seeing. But I thought a really interesting development was the fact that Google is going to add Gemini to Chrome. So it's already released in the US. I think it's just been rolled out to India, and we'll see it come here soon. So of course what that enables you to do is to browse the internet and also in effect have a AI assistant on the right hand side panel. So what that means is of course that you'll be staying within that AI browser, less likely to go through to websites. So as a website owner, again, it reinforces the point around promoting and publishing content for AI. But also, it means we have to review how your website is presented in that browser because it's a different resolution. So not only do we have desktop and mobile, now we've got to worry about AI browsers. But again, a new development that you'll need to think about in managing your corporate website or wider website real estate. So there have been some other really interesting developments over the last few months. We've seen the platform where AI LLMs are competing to be stock managers and investors. So, the likes of ChatGPT, Grok, and so on, competing to see who can get the best stock market returns by trading stock. And yes, it's a bit of fun and seeing who's winning the race and getting the most value, but it really makes you think about what the future of trading is and the impact on investor relations. Imagine that retail investors or institutional investors start using AI more aggressively to make decisions on stock. How important then is it for your communications, your investment case, your results and performance to be discoverable and visible to AI? So all of this is really driving a narrative again around making sure your content is discoverable, that you own your corporate narrative, that you get positive sentiment. Because as these new innovations take traction, you need to address that within your communications piece. The other interesting development is, of course, the creation of a social media channel that is entirely designed for LLMs. So only LLMs are allowed to join the channel. And you can go and see what's going on. There are quite a few clips around on YouTube and AI channels. But it's quite interesting that they're fueling content, generating their own content, having conversations. I think there's even a religion or a church being created in the social media channel. And again, it just sees how LLMs will interact with each other and engage through social media. So compare that with the human versions and often get some interesting results. So as I say, you can see various clips and communications on YouTube. More about that if you want to find out more. So turning a bit more to agentic AI, I think there have been two recent developments that are quite interesting. There's OpenAI ChatGPT Frontiers, which is basically creating a whole layer through which you can develop AI agents to do work for you in a joined up and seamless way. So it connects all of your different kind of systems and jobs and processes together using different agents to be able to do jobs that were previously done by staff. And also Claude has launched something similar. So I think what we will see as well is a real acceleration in the use of agentic AI, and creating those specific agents to be able to do the tasks and to join them up in a seamless fashion. So really transforming workplace practices and processes. So it'll be interesting to see how they develop over time. And finally, we have also seen Apple CarPlay, which is also looking to enable the likes of ChatGPT and so on to be within your car. So I don't quite know what that means on the commute into work, where you can actually start sending emails, doing research, communicating with other people and so on. But again, it's another step forward in the ever more wider application of AI and the use of LLMs in the workplace. Now it's extending into the car place, so to speak. And I think probably give us a final thought, which is I think it's really important that you think about how you analyze the impact of AI. So are you tracking AI in terms of what it's scraping in terms of content from your communications, how it's accessing your website and where from? What are the content areas that it's sourcing from to give its responses to the search queries? You really need to understand now what's going on with AI beyond your individual ecosystem. So how your communications, whether it be through social or your website, is fueling AI, LLMs and search engines, because that's actually now increasingly where your overall corporate narrative is being consumed. Whether that be investors making investment decisions, prospective employees deciding where to work, ESG raters and rankers scraping and analysing content. This is now beyond your controlled ecosystem. It's about how you manage and publish your content to the external world in a discoverable and visible way that is increasingly being picked up by AI search engines and LLMs. And remember again that stat I gave at the beginning, which is 50% of internet traffic is now through bots. So it's an ever rising tide that you need to think about and plan for in the future.